Bradley Martina single to the shortstop. At third base, Edward Krop. With two out, batting Keanu Iraskin, left field. Stolen base, Bradley Martina.
Vamos destruir cara assim, não? Não, como é que mano?
About pitch. The first run is scored by Mark Trump. Keanu Iraskin counted out to shortstop.
Keep it moving, earphones in. Look at my man, I can cheap up in. Punch up, scratch the cheap up trim. When man, man's driving, man, speed. Man, smoking, man, weed. Man, space, let man, breathe. When I arrive, man, leave. Driving a German whip. Blacked out window, leaning back. See man driving a German whip. Look like a baller, please and that. I don't get bored, I look like a baller. See man driving a German whip. Who told you I move like baller? See man driving a German whip. German whip, look like that. Where they try to ask my name, I say it's from a really. Guys better show respect, they see man filling up in TT. Guys better show respect, they see man filling up in BP. Listen down the keys we make, I'll fill up my tank, we'll make me lit. I see you man on foot on a high road moving big. Man's just trying to stack paper. Don't watch what man's earning. Man paid over 30 back sterling. German whip, iron and burning. See man driving a German whip. Blacked out window, leaning back. See man driving a German whip. Look like a baller, please and that. I don't get bored, I look like a baller. See man driving a German whip. Who told you I move like baller? See man driving a German whip. See man driving a German whip. Blacked out window, leaning back. See man driving a German whip. Look like a baller, please and that. I don't get bored, I look like a baller.
Top of the third inning. Batting for Italy, Riccardo Bertossi, second base. Struck out looking. Next batter, Leonardo Buffoni, shortstop.
So here with 1 out, we're in the top of the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 in favor of the Dutch Caribbean. Italy versus Dutch Caribbean, just getting everything really going here. This is Leonardo Buffoni at the plate.
Hi Eric.
You good?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you?
Very good. Two balls and a strike on Buffoni. By the way, this is on the mound, Ryan Huntington, left-hander. He has already struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters. And we're only with 1 out in the 3rd inning. There was a nice defensive play in the 1st inning by the right fielder, Edmund American. And that's the only other put out of the game that was not a strikeout by Huntington. Count was 2 balls and 2 strikes on Buffoni. Buffoni is the number 9 hitter, and then the top of the order, Pietro Adorni is waiting on deck. Caribbean scored a run last inning. They got a walk, a stolen base, and then a single, an infield single to drive home. Then the run scored on a wild pitch, actually. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, strikeout number 7.
Leonardo Buffoni struck out swinging.
On a slow curveball that looked to be up in the zone, but Buffoni swung through it, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Here's Pietro Adorni. Adorni struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. For the Caribbean, on the infield, you have Ryan Huntington on the mound. His catcher is Shadrach Mullins. Eduardo Aguera is at 3rd. Edmar Trump is at short. Brindley Martina is at 2nd. First baseman Renegal Martis. There's a bunt attempt and it's pushed foul. Strike 1 on Adorni, excuse me. In the outfield, Keanu Irasquin, Joendrick Danchi, and Edmund American, who made a nice diving catch in the 1st inning. And so the left-hander on the mound, Ryan Huntington, with a 1-strike count on Pietro Adorni. There's a sharp line drive over the second baseman's head, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to get past the right fielder, go all the way towards the gap. And Adorni is on his way for 2, and he is in there standing up with a double.
A standing up double, Pietro Adorni.
That's the 2nd hit for Team Italy.
He's still out.
Italy, so far in the tournament, has a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. In fact, all 4 teams tied each other yesterday. They all tied at 4. There are no extra inning games played in this tournament. So far, the Dutch Caribbean is undefeated. They're 3-0 with a tie. Netherlands is 2-1 with a tie. Italy 1-2. Germany 0-3. And this is Leonardo Colagrossi. He hit that line drive that was hauled in by American in the 1st inning. First pitch is a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. So a 2-out double has Pietro Adorni representing the tying run. He is at 2nd base. We are in the top of the 3rd. 0-2-0 for Italy, 1-1-0 for the Dutch Caribbean. Ryan Huntington getting his sign from Mullins. Checks the runner Adorni at 2nd. And steps off. One strike to count. Long look and the pitch. Slow curve, swung on a miss, strike 2. Colagrossi along with many other Italian hitters, they're swinging through that big, slow curveball that Huntington has been featuring so far in the game. So the count is 0-2. Huntington checking the runner. Adorni at second base. Pitch to Colagrossi. In the dirt. Good block by Mullins, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count on Colagrossi. And instead of whirling a look at second base, Adorni is back easily. No play as the second baseman Martina had run in behind him. One ball, 2 strikes on Leonardo Colagrossi. Colagrossi 0 for 1, pitches outside, 2-2. Giulio Monello singled. That was in the second inning. That's the only other base runner for Team Italy so far. We're only in the third, but Ryan Huntington has been racking up the strikeouts so far. He's got 7. The pitch to Colagrossi. Runner going for third. Pitches high, and now the runner stopped and goes back to second base. Good fake by Pietro Adorni. He ran literally halfway to third base to see if he could draw a throw. But Mullins not biting. Full count now. 3-2 on Colagrossi. There's a foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. Colagrossi in this series has 4 hits in 12 at-bats. That's including his first at-bat today. He's got 3 runs batted in. He's also walked 7 times. That leads Team Italy. He's got a good eye at the plate. He's up there with a 3-2 count right now.
Sorry?
3-2 on Colagrossi with the runner up second, Pietro Adorni, and the pitch is inside for ball 4. So that's the first walk issued by Ryan Huntington.
Based on balls. Giorgio Massari.
I had 2 guys they punch.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter. This is Giorgio Massari. Massari struck out his first time, left-hand hitter. He's got 4 hits in 11 at-bats, including a double. He's got runners on first and second with 2 down. The pitch. There's a breaking ball lifted softly in the air over the second baseman's head. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Adorni will come around to score, and the game is tied 1-1. Little breaking ball. Looked like he hit it off the end of the bat, but it's good enough for a hit and an RBI. Colagrossi stopped at second base, and the game is tied at 1 here in the third.
A signal for Giorgio Massari. Pietro Adorni.
That will bring up the cleanup hitter.
Next batter, Simone Calasso.
So here's Simone Calasso. Calasso struck out his first time, just like just about everybody else in the Italian order. See what they can do if they make any adjustments against Ryan Huntington the second time through. Colagrossi is at second. Massari is at first. Long look and the pitch to Calasso. Fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes. And you have the chanting of the Italian team picking up. Clutch situation, 2 outs, 2 on the pitch. There's a ground ball to the left side towards the hole, and it is through the hole into left field for a base hit. Coming around third is Colagrossi. He will score. The throw comes into the third baseman, gets away, trickles to the infield. Runners moving to second and third, and they're going to be safe. So it'll be a base hit and an RBI, but then the runners will move to second and third. Colagrossi scored. Massari moves to third. Colasso moves to second.
A single by Simone Colasso.
And Italy leads 2-1.
The error is from the third baseman. So Giorgio Massari on third and Simone Colasso on second.
So it's a hit and an error.
Giulio Monello.
And now Giulio Monello, after a meeting on the mound with the Caribbean team. So runners on second and third now for Team Italy with 2 down. They've scored 2 out runs here, two out runs. The rally was started with 2 outs on the double by Pietro Adorni. Then a walk, single, and then an error moves the runners to second and third, and now Giulio Monello with a chance to drive home 2 more against Ryan Huntington. Italy trying to hand the Dutch Caribbean their first loss of the tournament. The pitch. Breaking ball is a strike over the inside corner, 0-1. So as dominant as Huntington looked for the first 2 2/3 of this inning, the last 4 batters have all reached against him. So the Italian hitters have adjusted the second time around. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit softly on the ground up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Martina. He throws off balance to first, and it's in time for the third out of the inning. 4-3 goes the put out. But Italy scores 2 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 men left on base and 1 error at the end of 2.5 innings of play. It is Italy 2, Caribbean 1.
Bottom of the third inning, betting for Dutch Caribbean. Eduardo Guerra, third base.
So we're going to the bottom of the third with the Caribbean now trailing 2-1 to Italy. And they're going to send the number 9 hitter up against Ludovico Coveri. This is Eduardo Guerra. Behind Coveri, we have Elia Marinik is catching as the pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Excuse me, 2 balls and no strikes. At third base, Leonardo Colagrossi. Leonardo Bulfoni is the shortstop. Riccardo Botosi is the second baseman. Simone Colasso is the first baseman. And the count is now 3 balls and no strikes to the number 9 hitter, Eduardo Guerra. There's a strike, 3-1. And strike 2, the count is now full. In the outfield for Italy, in left field, Giulio Monello, Pietro Adorni, who doubled and scored last inning. He's playing center. The right fielder is Giorgio Massari. And the pitch from Coveri is outside for ball 4. Marinig was thinking it might be called strike 3, but it was not, and that is the second walk issued by Ludovico Coveri. So here's Joenrik Danci. Danci struck out his first time. Left-hand hitter. Guerra at first. And the bunt is shown and pulled. It's actually fouled at the plate. The ball hit him while he was still in the batter's box. Strike 1 on Danci. No ball and 1 strike. The count on Joenrik Danci with the runner Eduardo Guerra a first and a whirl and a toss over. Simon Calasso holding him on. Runner leading off first base, Guerra. Danci bunts it to the third base side. It is barehanded by Colagrossi. Throw to first in time. Nice play. And a round of second base, and he just gets back safely as Guerra. He had thoughts about maybe trying to take third because nobody was covering, but he wisely got back as the throw from first baseman Simone Calasso was there to check him. So sacrifice. And here's Edmund American. American spelled A-M-E-R-I-C-A-A-N. Edmund grounded out his first time. Tying run is on second base. That's Eduardo Guerra. He reached first base on the walk and was bunted over there by Danci. Waiting on deck is Renigel Martes. American batting left-handed against the right-hander Coveri. This pitch is inside. Nice block by the catcher Ilya Marini. Ball 1. Ludovico Coveri has struck out 1. That was the first batter of the game. Giving up 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 run. Checking the runner Guerra at second base. Pitch on the way to American. It is a fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Caribbean got their run last inning on a walk. Stolen base and a wild pitch. There's a strike called. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Edmund American. Good fastball, just missed over the inside corner now though. And the count is 3-1 from Ludovico Coveri to Edmund American, who is checking the third base coach for signs. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. The runner, Eduardo Guerra, is on second base. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and a big swing at that. The count is full. 3-2. You see American pulling off on that pitch. And a look at second base. Guerra is back. He's alone on the bag. Three-two inside, and that one hit him. That'll be a hit by pitch. So now 2 on via the walk and the hit by pitch, and now that'll bring up the number 3 hitter. And that's going to draw a visit to the mound from the Italian head coach, Bill Holmberg. bring his catcher, Ilya Marinik, out there.
Voor Dutch Caribbean, Munich-Haar, Martis. First base.
L'anno scorso tiravo 86 ora voglio
One ball, one strike on the number 3 hitter, Renigel Martis, who's showing bunt with 1 out. And the cleanup hitter waiting on deck. And now he pulls the bunt back. There's the long stretch by Ludovico Coveria, and now he deals. There's a ground ball, big hopper to the first baseman, Colosso. He goes to second, and the throw gets away and moves to short left field. That will allow a run to come home and score and tie the game. So Guerra scores. American ends up at third. Martis is at first. Fielder's choice, right? So he reaches on the fielder's choice, but then there's an error that allows the runners to move up. The error is on the second baseman. That's E4. So no RBI for Martis on that play. And now, runners on first and third. Martis with a short lead off of first. And this is Yersin Rosalina. He grounded out his first time. No balls and 1 strike to him. He's the cleanup hitter. Runners on first and third. And the pitch. Strike's called over the outside corner, 0-2 to Rosalina. Big spot for the Caribbean. The game is tied 2-2. And now time is called. So the Caribbean has scored a run, as I hear the clave being clapped over in the dugout. 2 strikes on Yersin Rosalina, the designated hitter, and a throw to first to check on Martis, and he's back. Runner at third is Edmund American. Pitch on the way. That one is way high. Marini got to jump up to snag that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Runners leading. First and third with 1 out and another throw to first. And Martis is back safely. Rosalina grounded to second base his first time. Waiting on deck is Edmar Trump. Trump walked and he scored the first run for the Dutch Caribbean. They're threatening. Italy scored 2 runs in the top half of the third. Caribbean trying to retake the lead here right away. First and third with 1 out the pitch. Swung on a high pop behind the plate. That ball is coming back here, and it is going to land in the stands, take a bounce, and end up on the balcony next to us. Count remains 1-2. One and two on Yerson Rosalina. Nigel Martis on first. Edmund American is at third. And the pitch in the dirt. This one gets away, goes to the backstop. Here comes American to score. Martis rounds second, gives it a good look, but he will hold on. So with a wild pitch, Dutch Caribbean retakes the lead 3-2.
De wild pitch, de run scoort bij Edmond Amerika.
So the count is now 2-2 on Yerson Rosalina. Ludovico Coveri has still only allowed one hit in the game. And there's a swing and a fly ball to left field towards the line. Giving chase is Monello, but that ball lands foul. Sounded like Rosalina was jammed on the pitch. Nigel Martis, the runner, is at second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Yerson Rosalina. Long look in by Ludovico Coveri to the sign from Elia Marinik. Shortstop Bufano. And this one blocked nicely by Marinik. 3-2 the count. That pitch bounced well in front of home plate. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rosalina, the hitter, trying to drive home Edmund American from Nigel Martis from second base. Coveri comes set, gives him a look. And fakes so again to second base. Martis getting back. Here it comes. There's ball 4 in the dirt. Martis with a big lead off second base, just in case that ball was going to skip away from Marinik, but it did not. So there's ball 4. That is the 3rd walk to go with a hit by pitch. So here's Edmar Trump. The Dutch Caribbean have scored 3 runs in this game. They have only had 1 hit so far. That was not even this inning. That was the single last inning. First pitch is a strike to Trump, 0-1. Brendley Martina is the lone Dutch player to get a base hit in the game. But they haven't needed it so far. They're leading 3-2. Only 1 out in the inning. Runners on first and second. The pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trump. Trump walked, stole a base, came home and scored in the second inning. Nigel Martis at second. Yerson Rosalina is at first. He's not being held on by the first baseman, Simone Colasso. Pitch on the way. There's a swing and a broken bat fly ball to shallow left field. Long run from Monello. That ball's going to land fair, and Martis will come around and score. It'll be an RBI single for Edmar Trump, and the Caribbean leads 4-2.
Edward Trump singles.
So now Rosalina moves to second. Trump is at first. That's the 2nd hit of the game, but it was good for the 4th run of the game for the Dutch Caribbean, as they now lead 4-2. And the pitch on the way. This is Chandrak Mullins. He takes a strike. Mullins popped to the second baseman his first time. He's 0-1. Chandrak, a right-handed hitter. He's the catcher for the Dutch Caribbean team. 4-2. 4-2 is the score. Rosalina at second, Trump at first. And there's a swing and a drive. Well hit deep left field. That's going to be way over Monelo's head, and it one-hops the wall. Coming home to score is Rosalina. Coming around third to score is Trump. Pulling in at second base with a 2-run ringing double is Chandrak Mullins, and it is 6-2 Caribbean. That was a rocket. Monello in left field was playing very shallow, and that ball just flew over his head and one-hopped the wall. So 2 runs batted in. And that's the 3rd hit for the team Caribbean. And now Brendley Martina. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll let you know who it's going to be when we come back.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
The new pitcher for Italy, Matteo Campanini.
So Matteo Campanini comes in to pitch for Team Italy here, with the Caribbean now leading by a score of 6-2. They have 6 runs on 3 hits. There has been 1 error. Italy has 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. So Matteo Campanini is on in relief. So Ludovico Coveri's day is over. He pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 6 runs so far. He's still responsible for the runner at second base, who is Chandrak Mullins. And the first pitch to Brendley Martina is high for ball 1. So Campanini, a left-hander. And the pitch is up high. Campanini. Born July the 11th, 2000. So that makes him 14 years old. There's a 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Good pitch at the knees on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike from Matteo Campanini to Brendley Martina. Martina singled his first time. He also stole a bag, was stranded at third base. The runner at second is Chandrak Mullins. He just drove home 2 with a double. There's a swing, a little tapper, Back to the mound, fielded by Campanini. He throws to first in time. There are 2 down. Moving to third on the play is Mullins. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning for the Dutch Caribbean team is Keanu Erasquin. Erasquin grounded to short his first time. 6-2 Caribbean here in the bottom of the third. Erasquin with a runner at third and 2 down. Matteo Campanini is going to work from the stretch. Infielders are back. And the pitch is a strike. Italy trying to get their second win. They have 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 tie. There's the 1-strike pitch to Erasquin. It's a little bit low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the pitch high. 2 balls and a strike. Inning began with a walk to Eduardo Guerra and a sacrifice. And a hit by pitch. Fielder's choice and an error brought home a run. Then another walk. Then a single and a double. And now a pop-up on the infield, giving chase Simone Calasso. But now the catcher, Elia Marini, calls him off and makes the catch in foul ground for the final out of the inning. But Team Dutch Caribbean bats around. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs on 2 hits. 1 man left on base. There was 1 error. Yes, 1 error. And at the end of 3 full innings of play, it is Dutch Caribbean 6, Italy 2.
Top of the fourth inning met Leonardo Seminati, designated hitter.
To the top of the 4th inning. Ryan Huntington back to work with a 6-2 lead now. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. By Leonardo Seminati. Seminati struck out his first time. 1 of 7 strikeouts for the left-hander Ryan Huntington today. So Leonardo Seminati, the designated hitter. There's the breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Nice block by Shadrach Mullins. Beautiful day here in Hoofddorp. Pitch to Seminati. Check swing. Did he go around? They're going to call it a strike. The home plate umpire didn't need the help. High fastball. Seminati unable to check his swing. The count is 1-2. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Italy. 6 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Dutch Caribbean. And the pitch. This one is inside, just off the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 with nobody out. We are in the top of the 4th. There's a sharply hit ground ball up the middle, ranging to his left of the shortstop Trump. He fields it and fires to first in time for the out. Nice play by Edmar. 1 down. So with 1 down, here's Ilya Marinik. Marinik struck out his first time, 0 for 1. Right-hand hitter. As Ryan Huntington gets his sign from Mullins and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
What's your impression of this first fall?
It's a really great idea. Bunch of talent together. Even in Europe, teams see.
Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Looked like a changeup out away. Marinik way out in front of it. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. Good pitch by Huntington. As he takes a little walk behind the mound. Outfielders are playing straight away. The 0-2. Fastball, check swing. They appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second baseman Brentley Martinez is standing almost on the outfield grass. First baseman Renigel Martis is even with the bag, playing just off line. 1-2 the count. A little liner foul off to the right. That was a defensive swing by Marinik. So the count remains 1-2. Huntington, who has been featuring a good fastball and a slow curve, has had the Italian hitters off balance. 1-2. There's a swing and a pop foul off to the right. Still 1-2.
He organizes 2 big showcases, one in November of 2012, and the other one was in February 2013.
There's the 1-2 pitch to Marina. There's a swing and a fly ball, center field, pretty deep, but now coming in is Danchi. He makes the catch. As Marina actually got jammed and lifted that one to shallow center field. There's the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs and nobody on. That'll bring up Riccardo Bertossi, the second baseman. Bertossi also struck out his first time.
Oh, there they are.
It was a pleasure hearing that. And I really warns another
It is 6-2 Dutch Caribbean. They have 6 runs on only 3 hits, whereas Italy has 4 hits and only 2 runs. It's been the walks and the wild pitches that have killed Italy so far.
Well, it's really well a show of very good results.
Yes, yeah, because we are always
And the pitch is up high to Bertossi. 1 ball and no strikes. Bertossi's still looking for his first hit in the tournament. He is 0 for 7. Right-hand hitter. The pitch to him is a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Bertossi has walked 1 time and he's been hit by a pitch, so he's been on base twice.
so precious. But talent is the same. And this academy is for that. We want to develop the kids.
Pitch on the way.
A better opportunity.
There was a good fastball, just catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. We're at the top of the 4th inning. The Dutch Caribbean is leading 6-2 here against Italy. The line of the pitch. There's a little tapper off to the right, up the first baseline, but that ball is going to come to rest at foul ground as the catcher Mullins runs it down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Huntington has walked only 1. He has struck out 7.
I really feel good with that. So, I have to tell you about the shortstop from Netherlands. That guy is wild. If I have to tell you about the first
Pitch to Ricardo Bertossi. Slow curve is high, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Huntington going from the full windup. Grabs some dirt off the mound. Get a better grip on the ball with his left hand.
shortstop too.
Working from the third base side of the rubber.
A good center fielder.
3-2 on Ricardo Bertossi.
This is only one academy. I heard it was like 2 other.
There's a swing and a little soft fly ball to shallow center field. Danci calls it and makes the catch. Jovendrik Danci making the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Huntington and the Dutch Caribbean. At the end of 3.5, it is 6-2 Dutch Caribbean.
So you know what to work on. This guy needs to work on his back end. So you know when he's in the gap, he has to start working on his back end. All those things help. And it's much more professional when
Here we go for the bottom of the 4th inning. Caribbean leading Italy by a score of 6-2, and it will be Eduardo Guerra. He led off last inning, and that was an inning in which the Dutch Caribbean scored 5 times. He's facing a new pitcher this time, Matteo Campanini. And the pitch to Guerra is inside. Guerra, in his only other plate appearance, walked, came around and scored. That was last inning.
I keep seeing it.
Matteo Campanini, a 14-year-old left-hander from Italy on the mound facing Eduardo Guerra.
You won't get me mixed up.
And he misses a little bit high, 2 balls and no strikes.
This is solid, this is pure solid. We all have a Dutch passport, although we are from the Caribbean.
I know there's well, maybe you don't know for the article now, but I know there's of course
pitch on the way to Guerra. There's a strike called over the inside corner. Location on that pitch from Campanini.
If you don't have the money to go,
it'll be 9-1-2. Guerra, Danci, and American.
And I always told them,
pitch on the way.
you will lose.
That one's low in the dirt.
With Holland.
3 balls and a strike.
You can't help these guys out.
The Caribbean only has 3 hits, but they have been the beneficiaries of 3 walks and hit by pitch, plus a couple of errors, or 1 error.
do something.
And they all happened right after another, and then the two hits did the real damage. The big hit is the 2-run double by Shadrach Mullins. There's a broken back grounder back through the middle, fielded by the shortstop Buffoni, and he throws to first in time. That ball just got under the glove of the pitcher Campanini. There's one down, as Guerra was sawed off on the pitch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bedankt. Graag gedaan. Oké. Dankjewel. De groeten aan de Rogier.
So now at the top of the order, here is Jovanrik Danci. He struck out and sacrificed. There's the line and the pitch from Campanini. There's a good fastball in the letters, no balls and 1 strike to count. Campanini came on last inning with 1 out. Got the final 2 outs without allowing the inherited runner to score. 1 strike to Danci. Slow curve and is a little high. Ludovico Coveri, by the way, went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 6 runs, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 2 wild pitches. Matteo Campanini winds, deals 1-1 pitch. This one's inside, just missed the corner. Good pitch, though. You can see that Jovanrik Danci was looking for something out over the plate and was leaning in. He crowds the plate. He's standing very close to his home plate. That pitch moved him back a little bit. Not a bad idea by Campanini. 2 balls and a strike. And it's high, 3-1. Danci is adjusting his arm pad. He's got a pad on his forearm. He stands very close to the plate. And he's asking for time, not getting it. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's up high, ball 4. So Danci will take first base with a 1-out walk. First walk issued by Campanini. And with the runner at first, here's Edmund American. We'll see if Danci takes off at first base. American came into this game hitting .500. He has 4 hits in 8 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch today, so he's 4 for 9. And a throw to first. There's the pitch. That's up high. 1 ball, no strikes to Edmund American. Runner at first is Danci. Not going. The pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty against lefty. Edmund faced the right-hander in his first time. Grounded out. Was hit by a pitch last inning. Came around and scored on the wild pitch. So the count is 1-1 with 1 out and a throw to first. And back safely is Jovanrik Danci. 6-2, Dutch Caribbean in the lead on the pitch. This one is up and in. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. American. Had to bend out of the way of that pitch up and in. It was a fastball tailing into him, up under his chin as he's down looking at the third base coach. Runner leading off first. A long look by Campanini, and the pitch high. 3 balls and a strike. And that time Danci was jumping around off first base trying to induce a balk perhaps, and now the coach is going to go out and have a chat with his pitcher, Matteo Campanini. That's Bill Holmberg. Bill Holmberg was, of course, with Team Italy in the European Championships in Regensburg. Italy, the team that came on and finished in 2nd place, losing to the Netherlands in the final game in Brunn, Czech Republic. As you see a look at these facilities here in Hoofddorp, brand new this year, opened in April. Brand new facilities, is absolutely beautiful. And the surrounding area is also beautiful. There's some horses in the background. I see some baseball fields off to the left and to the right. It's just a wonderful facility. The sun is shining. It was foggy earlier today, but now the sun's out. So the meeting is over with, and Matteo Campanini is going to go back to work after a chat with his coach, Bill Holmberg. And the count is 3 balls, 1 strike to Edmund American. There's 1 out in the inning, and the runner at first is Jovenrik Danci. There you see Danci leading off first. The stretch by Campanini, and there goes Danci. The pitch swung on, slap to the third base side. It is off the heel of the glove of the third baseman, Colagrossi, and everybody's safe. So that's a base hit for Edmund American, a perfectly executed hit and run. Leonardo Colagrossi tried to backhand it. The ball hit off the heel of his glove and trickled away, and as soon as that happened, he had no play. So the runners now are at first and second. And the pitch is low ball 1 to the number 3 hitter. This is Renigel Martis. Martis has grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored. So he is 0 for 2 officially. Danci, the runner at second. American, the runner at first. Stretched by Matteo Campanini. The pitch. There's a strike, 1 ball, and 1 strike. 6-2 the score. That base hit, by the way, from American was only the 4th hit for the Dutch Caribbean. There's a slow curve and it's way outside. 2 balls and a strike to Renigel Martis. Martis, the first baseman for the Dutch team, Dutch Caribbean team. Danci at second, American at first, 1 out in the inning. Italy looking for double play ball. There's a swing, a fly ball to shallow right field. This is playable for Massari. He makes the catch, and there will be a no advance by the other base runners. So a fly ball to right field for the second out.
Flies out to right field.
So with 2 down, that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Yerson Rosalina. So 2 down in the inning. Runners at first and second. Jovenrik Danci is at second. Edmund American is at first. And Yerson Rosalina, who has grounded out, walked, and scored, steps up. And he swings. It's a high fly ball to left field, playable for Giulio Monello. He's looking up into the sunshine and makes the catch to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base, no errors. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, it is the Dutch Caribbean 6, Italy 2.
possiamo anche dopo la partita verso le 2-3 andare prima in città. Poi vediamo. Ma tu in teoria potresti anche leggere la tua posta qua? Sì, solo che non ci serve neanche, l'ho saputo prima. Ma poi fare qualcosa e vedere magari quel museo o anche non vederlo.
Ela sai de casa com os gostos. Mas quer dizer que tem aqui algo que é uma cara.
So we move to the top of the 5th inning. Dutch Caribbean leading Italy by a score of 6-2, and they have brought in a new pitcher. So Ryan Huntington goes 4 innings, gives up 2 runs, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits, and 1 walk. And he will be relieved by Carlos Facette. And the first pitch is a ball. This is the number 9 hitter. This is Leonardo Bulfoni. Bulfoni struck out in his only other plate appearance today. And after him, it'll be the top of the order, Pietro Adorni. The pitch, low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The rest of the Dutch Caribbean team remains the same. At third base, Eduardo Guerra, Edmar Trump at short, Brenly Martina at second, Renigel Martis is at first. 2-0 the count from Fawcett. There's a strike over the outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. In left field, Keanu Irasquim. Jovendrik Danchi is in center, and Edmund American is in right. Stretched by Fawcett, and the pitch is a little floater over the first baseman's head, and it lands fair and goes down the right field line. It'll be a base hit. It's a little blooper, and Bulfoni reaches. So there's a leadoff base hit for Team Italy. That is their 5th hit of the game. They have out-hit the Dutch Caribbean, but they're trailing where it counts, 6 runs to 2. That'll bring up the top of the order. This is Pietro Adorni. Adorni ripped a double his last time up, came around and scored. Hit a line drive into the right center field gap that got past the shallow playing Edmund American. American is still playing very shallow in right field. And the pitch, bunt is shown and fouled at the plate, strike 1. So Team Italy playing for moving up a runner, trailing by 4 runs. Of course, these games, this whole tournament is strictly to get these players experience playing in competitive environment. It's a 5-day tournament here, sponsored by the Major League Baseball European Academy. On the pitch, there's a ground ball up the middle. It is gloved. Boy, what a play by the second baseman. Flipped to short for 1 and a double play. What a play by Brenly Martina, flipping that ball to Trump with the glove, Trump with the turn, and that's about as beautiful a double play as you will see. 4-6-3. That was pretty. You could see him moving to his right, and it looked like he had done that before. That looked like it was a routine play for Brenly Martina. Wow. Okay, so 2 down, nobody on. And Pietro Adorni bangs into a 4-6-3 double play, and that will bring up the number 2 hitter. This is Leonardo Colagrossi. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Next one is high, 2 balls and no strikes. But the fans in the park are still buzzing over that play by Brendley Martina. He charged it and shoveled it with the glove in one motion, right on the money. There's a foul off to the right, 2 balls and 1 strike. Right on the money to Edmar Trump. Trump turned it and fired a strike to the first baseman, Renigel Martis. And that was that. 2 down, nobody on. 2 balls and a strike on Leonardo Colagrossi. There's a high fly ball hit to deep left field. Going back on the ball is Irasquin. He's on the warning track and he stays with it and makes the catch. So a long fly ball off the bat of Colagrossi ends the inning, and it turns into a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, nobody left on base, no errors. The end of 4 1/2. It is 6-2 Caribbean.
Bottom of the 5th inning, second for Dutch India.
So we're at the bottom of the 5th. And for the Dutch Caribbean, they're going to start things off with 5, 6, and 7. Edmar Trump, who was part of that beautiful 4-6-3 double play, steps in. And the pitch from Matteo Campani is a strike, 0-1. Trump walked, stole a base, scored, singled and scored. So he's officially 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. There's the pitch from Campani. There's a foul off to the right. Strike 2. Campani came on with 1 out in the 3rd. He has given up 2 walks and a hit since then, but no runs. He was on in relief of Ludovico Coveri, who gave up a 5 spot in the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way. Slow curve, hit on the ground to the 3rd baseman. Picked up there by Colagrossi. He throws across in time for the out. 1 down.
Edmar Trump, grounded out to third base. Next batter,
So here is Chandrak Mullins. Mullins 1 for 2. Double drove home 2 runs. That was in the 3rd inning. That was a blast. That was the last batter to face Ludovico Coveri, right-hand hitter. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Italy trailing. There's a swing, a pop-up, foul behind the plate, out of play, strike 1. Off to the right, looked like a pitch down and in. And Mullins fouled it off to the right. Matteo Campanini going from the full windup now, the 14-year-old left-hander of the Italian team. Winds and deals. And there's a strike called. Good pitch on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Mullins. There's the 0-2 on the way from Campanini. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Mullins way out in front of that one. And that's the first strikeout by Campanini. That's also the first strikeout since the very first batter of the game for Team Italy. And with 2 down, nobody on, that will bring up this is Brentley Martina. Brentley turned that double play last inning. He's also singled, stolen a base, and grounded out. 1 for 2. And he hits a ground ball through the hole into left field for a base hit. So Martina with his second base hit of the game. This throw comes back in. So he's having himself a good afternoon. So with 2 outs and Martina at first, here is Keanu Erasquin. That is the 5th hit for the Dutch Caribbean team. That's the second one that they've gotten off of Matteo Campanini, and the pitch is outside. That was a pitch out, it looked like. 2 outs, 2 outs. Runner on first is Brentley Martina. Keanu Erasquin at the plate. Erasquin is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and fouled out to the catcher. Throw to first. Martina read the move and was able to get back. Looks like Campanini sort of holds his leg in the air for a split second before delivering the ball. And another throw to first, and this time Martina read it a little bit better than he did the first time. So Martina, a threat to go with 2 down especially. Got a pretty short lead. And the pitch on the way. Strike is called. 1 ball, 1 strike. But Campanini just wants to get 1 more out, get out of this inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There's another game coming up later today. That'll be Germany versus Italy. And a snap throw to first. Martina is back, and there's a nice scoop by Simone Calasso. Keep that ball from getting away. Brentley Martina inching off first base, being held on by Simone Calasso. And there he goes. The pitch is high. Here's the throw to second base. Not in time, as Martina slid late, almost jammed his left leg into the second base bag. But he stole that bag easily. It's a good throw. But Martina was stealing that one on the pitcher, Campanini. He went on first move. So now he's in scoring position with 2 down. And the count is 2 balls and a strike to Erasquin. Eduardo Guerra waiting on deck. Martina, the runner at second base, and a step off by Campanini. Campanini paying a lot of attention to the runner at second base, even though they're 2 down. Of course, a lot of times what happens is the pitcher gets preoccupied with the base runner more than the hitter. Then you leave a pitch over the middle of the plate, and it gets pummeled. There's a 2-1 to Erasquin, and it is high, 3-1. As Campanini is visibly keeping an eye on Brentley Martina. There are 2 down in the inning. 3-1 the count on Erasquin. The pitch Strike is called at the letters over the inside corner. The count is now full. So Matteo Campanini can get out of the inning with one more strike. He's got the runner at second base, Brenly Martina. Martina singled and stole second base. That's his second stolen base of the game. 3-2, the pitch. There he goes for third. Swing and a miss, and that's strike three. The inning is over. So it's a strikeout to end the inning. No runs, one hit, one man left on base, no errors. At the end of 5 full innings of play, it is the Dutch Caribbean 6, Italy 2.
Darren Winkler replaces Keanu Iraski in left field.
So we go to the 6th inning. Caribbean leading Italy by a score of 6-2, and they have replaced the left fielder. Darren Winkler goes in for Keanu Iraski. Iraski struck out last inning. And now the pitch to there's a swing and a miss. Giorgio Mazzari is the hitter. Mazzari is the right fielder. Mazzari has singled and struck out. And he swings and misses. You can see him pulling off that pitch, looking towards right field, trying to hit that ball over the right field fence. 1-2. We're in the 6th. Carlos Fawcett is on the mound. He came on last inning and worked a 1-2-3 with the help of a sparkling double play that was turned by Brenly Martina and Edmar Tromp. The Dutch Caribbean team leading 6-2 here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. The pitch was in the dirt, but it was blocked by Mullins, and he tags out Mazzari for the first out. And that is strikeout number 8 on the day for Dutch Caribbean pitching, although that's the first one since the 3rd inning. And now that will bring up Simone Calasso. Calasso today struck out and singled and driven in a run. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1 to Calasso. Carlos Fawcett comes set, working exclusively from the set. Pitch is just off the outside corner. Good take by Calasso, not biting on looked like a slider or some sort of a breaking pitch away. And the count is 1-1. Here it comes. There's a fastball strike over the outside corner. Good pitch by Fawcett, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Nobody on the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Again blocked by Mullins. He's going to have to throw to first to complete the strikeout, and he does. 2 down.
Simone Calasso struck out. Calasso to first base. Julio Monello.
So here's Julio Monello to do battle against Carlos Fawcett. Fawcett has struck out the last 2 hitters. He's given up 1 hit since he came in the game, but he's faced the minimum 5 batters thanks to that double play. 2 down, nobody on, 6-2 Dutch Caribbean. There's a swing and a foul, strike 1. Italy scored both of their runs in the 3rd inning on a 2-out rally that was started up by Pietro Adorni. Breaking balls outside 1-1. They were able to string together a double, a walk, and 2 singles. Sandwiched in there was a throwing error. And that's how they got their 2 runs. And the pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball to right field. Waiting for it is Edmund American. And he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Fawcett. And the end of 5 1/2. The Dutch Caribbean 6, Italy 2.
We
go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Eduardo Guerra. Dutch Caribbean leading this game 6-2 is Matteo Campanini still out there. Facing the number 9 hitter Guerra, and he deals a strike. Campanini has given up 2 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 1. He is not allowed a run to score since he came into the game. So he's done a good job keeping the Dutch Caribbean hitters at bay. This one is down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Wilkins.
Maar zal het druk zijn?
Nog iemand. staan mensen nog meer in de laatste serie waar.
Eduardo Guerra, strikeout 3. Betting, Joendrik Daci, center.
Hoe laat spelen ze?
Dat die helemaal niet zitten.
Nou, voor de zie.